Yo, what's up, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in. That's right, no intros, no long intros, no title to the show, just straight to the point. This week's breakdown, going into that was for 11/22nd to 11/26 of 21. That was Thanksgiving week, and before I get to my breakdown, I got a story to tell you guys. I was at my truck, Myra. She got hit. A poor truck got hit up at Perrysburg Loves up here in Ohio. Sitting and waiting to make a delivery up in where was I? I was waiting to make a delivery up in Michigan, and I was at that Perrysburg Loves park for the night doing my 10-hour break. Actually, it wasn't Perrysburg. It wasn't Michigan. It was Perrysburg, Ohio. My delivery was literally like 16 miles away from that Love's. But gosh, poor beautiful truck got hit. I was actually sleeping at the time it got hit. I was sleeping, and I was sleeping, and I woke up to the truck shaking. Man, I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I realized there's this truck literally running to the right front of my truck, like rubbing it. I'm like, I get up, I'm like freaking out. I'm getting up to blow my air horn to get him to stop. And I forgot I had drained my air tanks, so the air horn wasn't working. So I laid on the city horn. This guy just kept pulling at it, like, what the heck are you doing? Stop. And there was another driver that was parked there. He laid on his air horn even before he made contact with my truck, and he was laying on there, and the guy wouldn't stop. So I get outside. I get, throwing my hoodie on, throwing some pants, because I was like, I was just in my boxers sleeping, and I throw my clothes on real quick, throw some pants on real quick. I get out of the truck, and I'm like, I go see it's the Swift Transportation. I get hit by a Swift Transportation at a Love's truck stop. So I'm gonna paint the picture for you. Apparently, I was parked on the left side. I was parked in this parking spot, and then to the right of me was an empty parking spot. And to that spot, there was actually a truck parked there. And he was trying to pull in between my truck and this other guy's parked truck into this empty spot without having to back in. And he didn't have enough space to make the swing into the spot. So when he got the tractor in fine, the trailer tires and the back of the trailer, he just kept rubbing it against right front of my truck. I'm gonna put the pictures in here a little bit later, so you'll be able to see the damage that was done. It wasn't that much damage, just cosmetic. For me as an owner, I'm gonna have to pay $1,000 to get my truck fixed. So I'm gonna have to save up that money to get my trucks fixed. I ain't gonna ride around. I ain't paying on the truck. I ain't paying on something having to ride around damage. So anyway, I get up. I go around to the driver's side. I tell him, bro, you hit my truck. He was like, you really? I did? And he was like, yeah, you hit my truck. And I'm like, okay. I said, okay, well, what are we going to do? We're going to exchange information. I said, I might have to call the police. I have to call the company I work for and see what they want me to do. If they want me to call the police, I have no choice. He goes, don't call the police. They'll suspend my they'll take my license. I'm like, they won't suspend your license. I'm like, and then I'm thinking, what in the world you got on your CDL license that your license will get suspended for from just having a preventable accident. So, what's going on with your license, bro? That's the first thing I'm thinking. I'm like, they're not going to suspend your license. And I got his information. We exchanged information, and after that was all said and done, I did give him advice. Because I asked him how long he's been driving trucks. He said for 2 weeks. He said just got through with training, and he's been driving for 2 weeks. And I said, okay, that explains a lot. That explains a lot why you did what you did. I said, so some trainer failed that guy. Some trainer really failed that guy miserably. He was not ready to go on his own just yet. I know some of those trainers are out there. They just use the trainees as a paycheck. So, by the way, I'm up here at my company that I pull for. I'm up here at their terminal in their little modular home, modular house that drivers can stay in, take a shower, do laundry, whatever they need to do up here. It's really nice. I'm not going to show you much around because I don't know if they want me to do that, so I'm not going to do that, but it's a nice modular home. But anyway, so I told him after he got talking through his safety people, I said, you've been driving for 2 weeks? He says, yeah. And then he goes on to telling me a story. I didn't even ask about this. He goes on to tell me a story. He said the day before, Swift sent him to go pick up an 80,000 pound load, and he went to go park it in the grass. He drove on the shoulder and parked it in the grass. I was like, I already know what he's about to tell me. He had to get pulled out. And so I told myself, dude, I don't care what kind of load you got. It could be 5,000 pounds in the back, 34,000 pounds in the back, 80,000 pounds in the back. Do not ever park a truck in a trailer on grass. I said, I used to have a driver I used to train with named Domingos, and he would park in the grass all the time. And I told him, I said, dude, you gotta stop parking in the grass. You're gonna get yourself in a situation you can't get out of. And Domingos sure enough did. We got to a delivery, and he decided he was gonna park on the shoulder along I mean, they had a big shoulder. I mean, there was like road for this shoulder went on. It was a big shoulder. I don't know how he got in the grass, but I guess he decided he was gonna park on the shoulder, but he wanted to get the trailer further over to the shoulder, and all he had to do is keep driving. He had so much space to drive up to that next truck that was parked on the shoulder, and he got stuck in the mud. So he said, back to the other driver, Swift driver, said he got stuck in the grass and had to get towed out. And I told him, I said, don't ever park in the grass. I said, grass and trucks do not mix. They do not mix well. I'm sorry, they don't. I said, I don't care how light you are, you can be empty, bobtail, don't park in the grass. It's like a recipe for disaster. So all you new drivers out there, keep in mind, stay away from the grass. Don't go in the grass. No matter how heavy or how late you are, it's not going to end well eventually for you. Don't be a super trucker out there. Take your time. Stay on the pavement. So I told him, I said, don't ever park it in the grass at all, no matter what weight you are. And so I told him, I said, as far as this situation you got in tonight, I said, he could have, I told him, I said, you could have driven as close to you as you could to the trucks I was parked adjacent from my truck, like right across the aisle. And I said, you still wouldn't have had enough room to pull into that spot. You would have to back into the spot because I said, you need 2 lanes to even do that. You need 2 lanes to get the trailer into the spot. Or you need the space where you can use 2 empty space on the adjacent side to pull into that spot. I said, but you should have backed in. That was the correct way to do it, is to back into that spot. It may seem inviting as a pull through, but don't. I told him, I said that you got no way, but there's no right way to do that except for backing in. So I told him, I said, I know you're new and you're a rookie, and I said, I'm gonna leave you with the best advice I've ever gotten from somebody when it comes to driving trucks. I said, this will help you out no matter if you're backing into a dock, a tight spot, or to a parking spot at a truck stop. I said, whenever you're backing up, don't matter where it is, whenever you're backing up, make sure your head is moving left to right, scanning all your mirrors. Scan every mirror. Constantly had your head on the swivel. I said, constantly have your head on the swivel. I said, because if you, the way you hit my truck, I told him, I said, the way you hit my truck, I said, I could tell you weren't even looking in your right mirror. You were looking in your left mirror and what was going on in front of you. I said, but where you needed to be looking is in your right mirror, because your right mirror was telling you all day long you're about to hit this truck. I said, if you would check your right mirror at the right time and you were scanning your mirrors, and while you were pulling in there, you already seen that you were gonna hit my truck before you hit my truck, and you would have known to get out of that situation. I said, but the way you did it, I could tell you're looking at just that the front mirror. I mean, what was going on up front of you instead of checking your mirror. I said, because if you would have checked your right mirror, this would have not happened. And I said, that's the best advice I can give you. I said, take it, run with it. I said, don't even think about this accident moving forward. I said, because most likely you're just going to get into another accident. I said, just take it, learn from it, and move on. And he actually did a 2-for-1 special, because the truck that was parked on that next to me that he was trying to pull into that empty spot, what happened to be another Swift transportation truck, and he took the mirror completely off that truck. He took it completely off. I mean, it's just hanging off the freaking side of the door. He got a 2-for-1 special. He told me he called his safety department. The first thing they asked him was like, did you call the other day or yesterday about getting pulled out of a ditch somewhere? He was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I did. And he said, he told him what happened. And he said, safety told him, asked him, she's like, how do you hit 2 trucks parking? You want to go in the parking to a spot? And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing, because that's a legitimate question. How do you do it? Because that's some magic trick you got there. So he's like, she's being nasty. I'm like, well, you hit 2 trucks, bro. That's 3 accidents. That counts as 3 accidents. He got in 3 accidents in a matter of 2 days. He asked me, have I been in accidents before? I said, I've been in accidents. I've taken mirrors off of old Peterbilt when I was a rookie. I said, but I haven't gotten in accidents in over 3 years. I said, knock on some wood. Knock on some wood. When I mean that by accidents, that's not like my fault, like at fault accidents. All the accidents I did have was not at fault accidents. So I said, you want to keep those at fault accidents down. Like, if you get in an accident, you want to make sure it's not your fault at all. So I said, just 3 accidents in one day. I was talking to my wife, explaining to her about it. I said, yeah, he might be looking for another job. Trucking might not be for him. And I said, I wouldn't be shocked if Swift tells him that his service is no longer needed. But she's like, why are you being so mean? I said, well, honey, it's like 3 accidents in 2 days. 3. He's only 2 weeks out of training. He done got in 3 accidents. 2 accidents in one night. I'm like, oh my God. So I hope he learned from it. I hope he did. Guys. I hope he learned from it. I hope he took my advice. And make sure he scans his mirrors from now on. But Myra, poor Myra, she's got some damage to her. It's cosmetic, and I'm gonna get that stuff fixed. But I was so disappointed. I was like, this happened a week ago, and I'm like, I got a whole another week. I was about to go get me a truck wash, which I did. I actually went and got a bath today at a Blue Beacon. Not very happy with them right now. They did a terrible job of cleaning that truck. I'm thinking about either next time I go to a Blue Beacon, I'm gonna have to go behind them and really look at the truck and inspect it, and make sure they wash it really good, or I'm gonna have to take my truck somewhere else. Blue Beacon is going downhill. Very disappointed in their quality of service. I'm not the only truck driver that is saying this. I've heard it from other truck drivers. Scoob the trucker, I've heard it from him as well, and I experienced it myself today. With all that's been said, I don't know when my truck's gonna get, right, which she's due for a makeover, facelift a little bit. That's a fun thing about being owner-op is I got to come up with $1,000 to even pay the deductible or hopefully the damage, which most likely it is. If they have to order a new mirror on that Volvo, those mirrors cost like $1,400 for a brand new mirror. Not to mention the bumper and the hood. So I might not have to pay nothing. I'm hoping that's the case. That there's enough damage to cover the deductible. Getting to my deduction breakdown, moving on to my breakdown this week. This is breakdown from beginning of Thanksgiving week. I wasn't expecting much that week, because there's not really much going on in the delivering, shipping industry or logistics industry. So this goes from 11/22, 21st to 11/26, 21st. I got 2 loads done that week. I went to pick up a load in Richmond, Indiana. That went to Illinois, and I went from Illinois to Michigan, and then Michigan down to Cincinnati, where I live. It might be 3 loads. But it was 3 loads technically. But most of that 3rd load I had got done the previous week, so most of that round doesn't count. So technically it was only 2 loads. The truck grossed $1,487.62. That's how much the truck made. I spent $288.77 on fuel that week. And after my deductions, maintenance, savings, and the truck payment, all those deductions came out of $813.72. I cleared about $265, but I cleared out my savings escrow to help this check, so I had like $300 some in my savings escrow. So that brought my pay up from just making $765 after deduction to $651.05 after deductions, and the savings were added. I don't mind that. Most importantly, I did not want them to take it from my maintenance, because at the time my engine light was on. I like to call that the whatchamacallit light. When you get a Volvo, it becomes the whatchamacallit light. You don't want to call it because you don't want to jinx yourself. That's the worst thing you can see on the Volvo is the whatchamacallit light. And that cost me $500 since I'm on around for them to look at it. That's just to find out what the problem is. And that's not including the part, the labor, and all that stuff. So that whatchamacallit light actually went out because it's not on now, and that saved me $500. So that's instead of the truck is in the shop right now, getting the PM. It's just a grease job. So and doing a grease job, and they're replacing the left side outside compartment release hook, and get an estimate on what the damages is on that truck that Swift did. Real quick, short story. Long story short, I had my truck going a couple of weeks ago. When I had that Freightliner over my Volvo, I was took it to a Volvo dealership to get the bunker heater fixed and the air compressor fixed, or air conditioning compressor, or something like that, where it had to do with the air conditioning. When I went in, it had the outside compartment release hook working. When I got the truck back, it was no longer there anymore. So now they're going to replace it at the shop. So I can actually access the left side of my outside compartment of that truck. So, because that's where I keep my low straps at. So hopefully they get that fixed and whatnot. And also, so that is this week's breakdown. I'm not too thrilled about it. Like I said, I cleared out my savings to even come up with something kind of decent. But at least they didn't have to touch my escrow, my maintenance account. That's building up quite nicely. And I didn't go in a hole going into Thanksgiving. I know there's probably some of these purchase drivers that did go in the hole and had to take it from their escrow or their maintenance account to cover the deductions and everything. That's a win-win. So far, I'm having a more positive experience than I did when I was with KLM's to purchase. I'm in better shape than I was. But at the same time, things are getting kind of sketchy. I'm gonna be honest with you. The truck revenue is taking a little bit of a nosedive, which I'm going to talk to my dispatcher if it ends up being the way it is this week. So I'll tell you how that works out. But that's this week's breakdown, and that's my little story I got to tell you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'll put the photos in this video at some point. So don't be surprised if it happens to be at the beginning. That's what it is. I'm showing you the damage of the truck. So until next week, or next time I have time to post, keep the sun side up, rubber side down, and you guys have a good holiday weekend. No, it's not a holiday weekend. Holiday season. Happy shopping. Hope everybody gets their Christmas gift on time. And peace.